If you've ever felt totally stuck trying to learn a new language, this is for you. We're going to go way beyond just memorizing words. We're going to help you figure out your personal learning code, that unique blueprint that can really finally unlock your success.
Have you ever found yourself asking this exact question? You see your friend just crushing it in a language class, picking it up like it's nothing, while you're over here struggling with the exact same stuff. It's an incredibly common and, let's be honest, super frustrating experience.
But here's the good news, okay? It has absolutely nothing to do with you being good or bad at languages. It's not about some special talent you either have or you don't. The real secret is understanding your own personal learning code. Think of it like a puzzle, not a test. You just need to find the right key to unlock it.
And that key? Well, it's all about getting a handle on two core ideas: learning styles and learning strategies. See, a learning style is kind of your general approach. It's just the way you are, and it's pretty consistent. A learning strategy, on the other hand, is all about the specific actions you take, the things you consciously choose to do. Let's break that down a bit more.
All right, first up, let's dig into your learning style blueprint. This is the foundation, right? The very architecture of how your brain likes to process information.
So, what even is a learning style? Well, it's your general approach to learning. But the really important thing to get here is that it's a continuum. It is not some black or white category. You're not just a visual learner, full stop. You exist somewhere along a spectrum on a bunch of different dimensions. In fact, we're going to look at 4 key dimensions that make up this personal blueprint of yours. And just understanding these is a huge first step to knowing yourself as a learner. So, let's get into it. Okay, dimension number 1, sensory preferences. This is all about which of your senses you lean on the most. So, are you a visual learner? Do you need to see things written down or laid out in charts? Or maybe you're auditory, and you learn best by listening to lectures and having conversations. Or are you kinesthetic? You need to learn by doing, by moving, by getting your hands on things. The second dimension is personality. And a perfect example of this is the whole extroverted versus introverted thing. An extrovert gets their energy from being around people, from group work and interaction. An introvert, on the other hand, recharges through quiet time, reflection, and studying alone. Neither one is better, but knowing where you fall on that spectrum is absolutely crucial for picking the right learning environment for you. Third up is your degree of generality. Think of it this way. Are you a global learner, a big picture person who's pretty comfortable just guessing from context to get the main idea? Or are you more of an analytic learner, someone who needs to understand every single grammatical detail and would rather not take risks until you know the rules inside and out? And finally, we've got simple biological differences. This is all about your body's needs, and it's so often overlooked. Are you a morning person or a total night owl? Do you need a snack or a coffee to really focus? Do you work best in dead silence, or do you need the background buzz of a coffee shop? These things are a very real, very important part of your style. Okay, so that's your blueprint, that's the foundation. Now let's talk about building on top of it. Let's talk about your strategy toolkit. So what's a learning strategy? It's any specific, conscious action you decide to take to make your learning easier, faster, and just better. Remember, your style is how you are, but a strategy is what you do. These are the actual tools you can pick up and use to take control of your learning. And your toolkit is basically organized into 6 main compartments. You've got your cognitive strategies, where you're directly working with the language, like taking notes. Then there's metacognitive. That's when you're managing your own learning, like planning out a study session. Memory-related strategies, like flashcards, are all about helping you remember stuff. Compensatory strategies are for when you have to fill in the blanks, like guessing a word you don't know. Effective strategies help you handle your feelings, like using positive self-talk when you get frustrated. And finally, social strategies, which, you guessed it, involve learning with other people.
Okay, now for the most important part. This is where we put it all together. This is where style meets strategy and where you start to create your very own personal recipe for success.
I love this analogy. Think about it like this. Your learning style is the layout of your kitchen. You can't just easily rip out the counters and move the stove, right? It's pretty much fixed. The learning strategies, those are your tools. Your knives, your whisks, your pans. A great chef doesn't use a whisk for everything. They choose the right tool for the job, and they know how to work with the kitchen they've got.
So you can see how this plays out in the real world. If your kitchen is very visual, then tools like note-taking and flashcards are going to be your best friends.
If you're more auditory, then getting into conversations with native speakers is a much more effective tool for you. If you're an analytic learner, you'll love digging into grammar rules. But if you're a global learner, you should lean into your strength and use strategies like guessing from context. It's all about matching the right tool to your kitchen.
So how do you become that master chef of your own learning? Well, it's all about taking conscious control of the whole journey. And hey, just a quick aside for any teachers who might be watching. The big takeaway here is that there is no one-size-fits-all method, not a single one. The best thing you can do is offer a ton of variety so that every student, with their own unique kitchen layout, can find the tools they need to succeed. So for you, the learner, your path to mastery really boils down to 4 key steps. First, know your style. Really understand your personal blueprint. Second, build your toolkit. Consciously try out strategies from all 6 of those categories. Third, practice matching the right tool to the task and to your style. And finally, be a flexible chef. The best learners have a huge range of tools, and they know exactly which one to pull out at the right time. So you now have the fundamental recipe for learning a language effectively. It's not about finding some magic bullet. It's about becoming the master of your own process, your own kitchen. So the only question left is, what are you going to create?